Hey, and welcome to more Post to Post. We're back for another trivia video. We did the USA, we did Canada. Now it's time to get our feet wet in some European trivia. Now, you're a pretty smart guy. Anyone who've watched the first two videos will have known that you've got some pretty good thought processes to figure stuff out.
But I'm usually wrong.
But your journey to the answer is interesting and smart. So, I have 10 questions about Europe. Some at the end are World War II related. I think the last two, because I know you're a big war not fan.
I love war.
No one's going to be a fan of war.
Learning about war.
Exactly.
I don't like war, but
so
it's interesting.
I actually have pretty high hopes for you for this.
Oh.
You watch a lot of European stuff. You're big into English culture and all this stuff. I think you're going to do actually better at this one than you did at the Canadian one.
Yeah.
We are Canadian, so that's...
Maybe we live in the wrong country.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 10 questions here. You do not know what I'm going to ask you.
I do not.
And this is just for fun, guys, so don't take this too seriously. And this is all about you guys playing along at home, so have some fun with this and play along. And see
and
how...
for that reason, I'm not going to try to answer right away and ruin it for your thought process. So
exactly.
I will take my time and think out loud.
So play along at home and see how you do.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. What is the most visited place in Europe?
Wow.
And I'll give you a hint beyond that. It's a specific place in a city.
I'm going to say St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican in Rome.
That would be a very, very good answer.
But obviously it's not the right one.
Incorrect. It's actually Disneyland in Paris.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
I would not have guessed that in a quintillion years. Disneyland.
I laughed very hard when
an American cultural import into France is the most visited thing
place in Europe.
In all of Europe.
Yep.
It beats the Pope.
Yep. Mickey Mouse trumps the Pope.
Like, my other guesses would have been Piccadilly Circus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen.
I don't know, Big Ben
Red
in
Square
London.
in Moscow, because Moscow would be in Europe.
There's so many places that would qualify for an answer.
Oh, good grief. That is sad. That's what that is.
Question number 2. I actually think you're going to get this one. Bonus points if you can name the year.
Ooh.
What is the oldest country in Europe?
There'd be a lot of argument about this. What's your source?
This is official.
My source is official internet.
I'll give you even
the oldest country in Europe.
I'll give you a hint. This country has not changed their name once since 681 AD. So I just gave away part of the answer. I was going to ask you the year too, but you never would have gotten it.
My year guess was going to be around 681 AD.
I'm sure it was, yeah.
Really?
So this country has not changed their name since.
I'm going to say Greece.
That's a very good, very, very good answer.
But 681 AD ruins it, because Greece has been called Hellas or Greece since like 2000 BC or something. So,
I will say that you are close.
So it's like Macedonia or something. But Macedonia hasn't existed as a separate country ever since. It's been in other countries. It's been part of other countries. All of the former Yugoslavia, Croatia, Montenegro. So it has to be a country that's been continuous.
Yep.
So it's like even the Grimaldis in Monaco, they didn't really get rolling until 12 or 1300. So now we're into Liechtenstein and Luxembourg and places like that. Don't know. Go for it. Tell me.
Bulgaria.
Really?
Yep.
Well, congratulations.
There you go.
To the people of Bulgaria.
I hope there's at least one watching.
Outlasted them all. That's insane. Really?
Pretty cool, though.
It's very cool.
Haven't changed their name since.
Awesome. And if you told me it was in Eastern Europe, I probably would have guessed. I would more likely have guessed Romania, actually, because Romania has been around a long, long time, too.
It's probably around the same time as
Probably,
Bulgaria,
yeah. But Bulgaria, that's interesting. That's a great factoid. Thank you.
Here's another interesting factoid.
Okay.
Which country in Europe has No mosquitoes. 0 mosquitoes. Not a single one. Not a single mosquito. 0.
Once I find out the name of this country, if I get this wrong,
Yeah.
even if you tell me that I'm wrong and tell me the name of the country that is the right answer,
Yep.
I'm instantly booking travel to that country.
I knew this is how this conversation was going to go with this question.
Because mosquitoes are evidence that God has a sense of humor. I'm going to say Iceland.
The correct answer is actually Iceland. Well done.
Boom!
Well done.
I'm surprised.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It's so, like, it's just...
It does. It makes the most sense because it's the most isolated from everywhere else, and how would the damn things get
There's
there?
not a lot of vegetation there.
Right.
So...
But I'm surprised there's any country that doesn't have mosquitoes.
Yeah, really.
And don't tell the mosquitoes.
Do not tell the mosquitoes.
Do not tell the mosquitoes. So let's say a plane, Iceland Air, flies a regular schedule from New York to Reykjavik.
Yep.
What if a mosquito's on the plane? Or maybe there's 2. A breeding pair, if you know what I mean. And the door opens up in Reykjavik, and go the 2 mosquitoes. Like,
well, number one, it's usually pretty cold in Iceland.
well,
Is there a lot of standing water in Iceland?
I would think those tidal ponds or those volcanic pans of water and steam and stuff. I think the mosquitoes would love that. I'm worried for the people of Iceland. I hope they spray all the planes or the people when they get off the planes in Iceland, because if you're mosquito free, you definitely want to keep your country mosquito free.
When you go to Hawaii and you get off the plane, they give you a, what do you call those things, lays or whatever?
Yeah.
When you go to Iceland,
laid.
you just get sprayed with a bunch of stuff.
Well, sounds a little crazy, but it is true. I don't know if you watched all of the Fun for Louie vlog where he flies around the world in a small plane.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
Okay.
I have it all backed up to watch.
I guess this isn't really a big spoiler, but they fly from Indonesia to Australia in one of their legs in the Cessna 210. And when they land in Australia, when they depart in Jakarta or wherever they're leaving from, or New Guinea, before they even fly to Australia, they have to equip themselves with bug spray in the plane with them. And when they fly to Australia and land, they cannot get out of the plane until the health and safety inspectors from Australia come up to the plane and watch them spray themselves and wait X minutes to make sure all the bugs that might be in that plane are dead before they're even allowed out of the plane. And they spray the outside of the plane. The whole thing is sprayed because Australia is trying to keep its ecosystem clean of foreign
That's interesting. Very interesting.
So Iceland,
watch out.
Start thinking about that, because the mosquito infestation is on its way.
Question number 4. You
okay.
Ready?
Yes.
The airport in Brussels sells more of what than any other place on Earth? And don't say plane tickets.
The airport in Brussels.
The airport in Brussels. They sell more of this than any other place in the world.
What do airports sell?
Well, where is Brussels?
It's in Belgium.
What's one of the things Belgium's known?
Chocolate. Chocolate.
Chocolate is the right answer.
Bet you led me there. You just like, here, come this way. And the only thing you didn't do was put a chocolate bar in front of me.
It's one of those things you kind of need a little hint, though.
Yeah, my answer was going to be travel insurance.
Okay, this one's a little similar, actually. Question number 5. What country per capita has the most McDonald's in Europe?
Per capita?
Per capita. The most McDonald's. The Golden Arches.
Well, it's going to be a place with either a lot of Americans there or a lot of American affection.
All right.
To try to simulate the American dream kind of thing.
Okay.
Not that McDonald's is the American dream, but there's a lot of Americans in Germany because they have bases and they're stationed there, and there's a very close connection culturally with America and Germany.
There are a lot of hamburgers in Germany as well.
There are. Some could say they were invented there.
In the city of Hamburg.
Yes, as a matter of fact. I can't see. But then you get he asked me per capita.
Per capita.
Per capita, you could have like tiny little Monaco with 2 McDonald's, and,
Yeah.
and you beat the scale.
The answer could be Iceland again.
It could be. No, but I'm trying to. I'd be hard pressed to think that there's any McDonald's in Monaco because I don't think
The answer is not Monaco.
Okay, I'm gonna say Germany. Let's
All right.
go with it.
The answer is actually Sweden.
What?
Yep.
Really?
It is. It's Sweden, yeah.
A tip of the hat to Sweden.
There you go. Question number 6, and I hope I say this right. When was Liechtenstein's last military engagement?
Liechtenstein. Which
Whatever.
last military engagement.
Last military engagement.
Well, I imagine that's the Franco-Prussian Wars. I'm going to say 1871.
You are extremely close.
Really?
1866.
Oh, wow.
Very close.
That was a total dart throw.
Okay. And
I don't even know if that's the right war.
In that engagement, they sent out 80 soldiers. How many came back?
80.
81, actually. They got one from the other side.
Excuse
Funny,
me. That's a great question. Liechtenstein, good for you.
Yeah. Question number 7. Okay. All countries other than 2, okay, all countries in Europe other than 2 have their language named after their country. What are the 2 that do not, and what are their languages? Or what languages do they speak? So in England, they have English.
Spain has Spanish. Portugal has Portuguese.
Yeah.
Italy has Italian.
France has
France
French.
has French. Well, now there's some countries like Switzerland that have Italian, German, and French, and they all have equal status. Belgium has basically Dutch. And French. So I've just answered the 2 countries, right? Belgium and Switzerland?
That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you are incorrect on both.
Oh, shoot.
What language do they speak in Austria?
They speak German.
They do speak German.
Right.
What language do they speak in Yugoslavia?
Yugoslavia does not exist. Oh, does it? Does Yugoslavia still exist as a small essence of its former self somewhere?
I don't know. I do not know.
But most of Yugoslavia, they spoke
still,
Serbo-Croat, right?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Serbo-Croatian is, that's it, yep.
Huh?
Yeah. Thinking question.
There you go. Thinking question, which didn't do me too well.
I think you're going to get this one. I have high hopes, but, I mean, as a Canadian, this is for a typical Canadian, this would be a very hard question. But for you, I have high hopes.
Wow.
Question number 8. Germany has 9 neighboring countries. Name them.
Wow. Okay.
Name them one at a time, and I'll say yes or no.
I'll start at the top at the clock. Denmark.
Correct.
The Netherlands or Holland.
Correct.
Belgium.
Correct.
France.
Correct.
Austria.
Correct.
Switzerland.
Correct.
The Czech Republic.
Correct.
Poland.
Correct.
I've worked my way around now, but I'm 1 short, right? Or 2?
I think you might be 2. I can't remember which.
There's one of them is going to be Luxembourg or Liechtenstein, or maybe both, but I'm going to say Luxembourg.
Correct.
So I don't have them all yet, do I?
I can't remember. You went in a different order of what I have written down here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You got Switzerland.
Yeah.
You got Poland.
Yeah.
You got Netherlands.
Yeah.
You got France. You got Luxembourg. You got Belgium. You got Czech
Holland,
Republic.
Czech Republic, Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah.
And you said Austria.
Yeah.
You got them all. Yeah. You got them all. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I'm surprised there's that many. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you go back to the Germany of 100 years ago,
Things are a little different.
things are a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 9. We're starting to get to World War II. One's here now.
Okay.
I think you might actually get this because you're pretty history savvy. Question number 9. Hitler's nephew served for what country during World War II? Maybe you didn't know this. Obviously you didn't.
Nephew?
Hitler's nephew served for a country during World War II. What country is that?
Well, the obvious answer would be Germany, but I'm
Yes.
not going to answer that.
I'm not saying that this is a trick question. That could very well be the answer. But
Hitler himself was born in Austria, and the Hitlers and the Schickelgrubers were on the Austrian-German border. But World War II, there aren't too many countries that were on the other side in that area. Like, even if I could say Italy, but Italy was on the same side as Germany, so Hitler's nephew.
I want to give you a hint.
Please.
Was not on the same side.
Okay, that's helpful. I can't imagine he'd be on the Russian side, because even if he didn't like Hitler, the fact that he was his nephew would probably get him a free train trip to Siberia.
Yeah.
Probably in a box. I'm going to say France.
Good guess, but you are incorrect.
Okay.
He was actually in the U.S. Navy.
No!
Yep, and after the war he changed his last name. So, I don't know what he changed it to, but...
Where'd you get that?
On the interwebs.
On the interwebs. Well, must be true.
Must be true.
I'm shocked, and I'm very... That's a fascinating...
Yes, it is.
Now I have to run upstairs and look it up.
You have all kinds of things to run up
I do.
and look at. Okay. The last question.
Okay.
I think you'll actually enjoy this question quite a bit. Question number 10. The Russians were the first to have paratroopers in World War II in 1935. The Allies did not catch up until 1940 when the Central Landing School opened in what European city?
Now, World War II started in 1939.
Sure.
So I'm just wondering how the Russians could have a World War II paratroopers
Well,
in 1935.
They were the first to use
Paratroopers.
paratroopers.
Okay.
I think I worded the question
okay.
incorrectly. They were the first to use paratroopers. They started using paratroopers in 1935.
Okay. I'm cool now. So what's the second half of the question again? You're in a European city.
The Allies did not catch up until 1940 when the Central Landing School opened in what European city?
Well, 1940 was the year of Dunkirk, over the overrunning of Paris. So for the early part of 1940, there were some European cities that weren't yet in German hands. But by the end of 1940, basically everything was either in the hands of the Germans or its allies. And even Spain was a bit of an ally at the time.
Would you like a hint?
General Franco. I'm not sure I want a hint just yet. Let me think out loud.
All right.
Okay, I'd like a hint.
I can say with almost certainty that this place was never occupied by the Germans.
But it was a European city.
Yes.
But it was never occupied by the Germans.
Correct.
Well, I'm going to say Madrid.
Incorrect.
Because Madrid wasn't really... Spain was officially neutral in World War II. So.
You're on the right track as far as the name of the city's first letter.
Oh.
I'll give you one more hint until I give you the answer. So it starts with an M.
Manchester, England.
Manchester.
No
Correct.
kidding.
Yep, Manchester. Interesting, though, eh?
Yeah, it's fascinating because that never did get occupied. That's right. That's basically the only country that didn't get occupied or more or less occupied. Like you could argue that.
Got a little scarred up, but...
Yeah, the southern half of France was never officially occupied by the Germans because the Vichy government decided to be allied with the Germans, and the Germans didn't actually move in there. And so it could have been Marseille or someplace like that. But if you said it was the opposing countries or the allied countries, yeah, that really narrows it down. That was very much fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
Lots of interesting stuff in here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for playing along at home. I hope you did. Hope you learned something.
Hope you did better than me.
And hope you made it this far in the video and didn't get bored and exit. But lots of interesting facts in here.
I love that.
Hand you these papers after this video so you can do some research of your own if you'd like. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Let us know down in the comments how you did and any suggestions for future videos or future trivia, whatever. We'd really appreciate that. And subscribe if you're new. That would help us a lot. Like this video if you liked it. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios.